I'm a practicing clinical psychologist to this day, utterly fascinated by us and how our minds and beings work. And in the process, not surprisingly, my heart filled with the question of how human beings could commit genocide. The Armenian Genocide was naturally on my agenda as a major genocide. At the psychiatric hospital at which I was working, there was a study day, and by chance, a Turkish psychiatrist and psychologist, man and woman, were guests for the day, and by chance they sat next to me, so I kibitzed with them, and we enjoyed one another as human beings, and we went through half a day in the first coffee break and lunch. All is going well. In the afternoon at the coffee break, I remembered what I had begun learning about the Armenian Genocide. And I said, I'd like to ask you about what happened to the Armenian people with the Turkish people. At which point my colleagues literally spun on their heels, walked away, and refused to speak with me again. And from that day on, I am absolutely a devoted student of the denial of the Armenian Genocide. There are many governments that deny the acts of genocide that they have committed. Big ones, little ones. The Turks are, as far as I know, the outstanding example of a government that has devoted enormous resources, who knows how many millions of dollars, to the denial of the Armenian Genocide. The first ostensibly logical reason for denial is murderers deny that they murdered. But there are a lot of questions that are then raised. The Turks in the last 40 years are hardly the murderers. The Turks of today are hardly the murderers. So what goes on that they have to continue denying as if they take on the identity of the original Turkish murderers? And the next reason I get to is that many governments, many people, we humans, are hell-bent on lying their way through this world about the rotten things that they do. And then it becomes a matter of political philosophy for states and a matter of cultural construction for a people. Is denial the way in which our political entity defines itself, defines its power operations, defines its security in the world, which is what Turkey has been doing, despite the fact that it costs her an enormous amount, in my judgment. But that's the way the bully Turkey has taken on running politics, and it does it internally as well. As we well know, it is potentially a disaster to be an honest journalist, an honest writer, an honest teacher in Turkey. Although we have the exciting anomaly that in the last 10, 15 years, a bunch of brave people are arising who are doing that, but we have tens of people in jails who have done that.